Hi guys, 14th Prime here, back with the biggest top anything of anything that I'm going to ever make on the channel. The top 25 of 2025. Because after this year, it's going to go down to like 10 to 15. Guys, it's like 26, come on. I can't keep doing this. But, so the rules here, just like anyone else's list, it isn't restricted to just things that came out this year, it's just stuff I bought this year. And of course, this is all just my opinion on the things that I like that I bought. If you think that my number one is garbage, you can tell me, even if I will say you're wrong. But anyways, let's go ahead and get into the list with number 25, the Blockies, Galaxy, the Blue Prime. I don't actually know what his official name is. I just know he's the rare Blue Prime. I love this thing. I got really into Blockies. I kind of started to a little bit last year, but I've gotten really into them this year. And my favorite part of it's probably the defenders. I'm even half debating about just kind of getting rid of a lot of my Galaxy just to make more space to defenders. I have the next 2 cases coming in. I don't have room. I really don't. But this is one of the rares from the Galaxy line that I really wanted, and I actually managed to pull it this year. Like I usually try to buy things in cases if I know I'm going to want most of it, so I bought this. I bought a case of it, and it worked out. But he just looks really nice. I love how shiny he is. Even the clear blue has this like kind of, I don't know what kind of quality it is. It's just really pretty, and I like it. And just even how they did all the metallics, the extra printing, it's just a really nice release. That I wish the ones like this could be more mainstream, but I get it. If they're blind boxes, they gotta have the rare one. And I have like, I think 3 of the rares from Galaxy, because I have the Transformers 1 Megatron, that rare one, and then I have the Shockwave that's rare, that's all shiny. But yeah, which honestly, this slot was always gonna be taken up by a Blocky. I just didn't know which one. This was almost the entirety of the Transformers 1 Blockies for the Wave 2. They did, which I think was like Galaxy 7, because I really love the Transformers 1 Blockies, and especially that whole like wave. It was just really solid. But I decided to just go with just one that I really liked, and it was him. And now for number 24, we have Age of the Primes, my Cronus Prime. He's here because he's a little wacky. He's big goofy. He's not perfect by any means. He's definitely got some weird stuff going on, but like he's just so interesting of a toy to me. Like just the mere idea of this is just insane, and I kind of love it for that. Like you tell me we're gonna bring back the Apex armor in the line to give to my Cronus. My Cronus himself is gonna turn into the Minicon symbol, but be based on his RID 15 robot. Like there's just so much weird stuff going on here, and I kind of love it. I've been half debating on painting this thing all like silver and gunmetal like the Prime Apex armor, but I probably won't do it. It's just been a funny little thought. But even then, I do like how it all looks anyways. Like it's weird, it's very strange. It's very strange, but I like them. Although I do hate the fact that no copy can like connect those properly. It's just a real shame. Which honestly, on the shelf, I display it like the armor is in the back. And I have like a little stand for my Cronus to float, since in RID 15, he was just floating around. And for number 23, we have Alpha Trion, which I need to get the camera up just a smidgen for. Now, I think I've mentioned this at least once on the channel, God knows how long ago, but it's always been insane to me that Alpha Trion was never like deserving of his own mold at all, because we got Titan's Return, which was like this weird half and half with broadside, and it was not great. Then we have the Hero is Born set, or a Hero Born, a Hero Reborn set, which is like a slight retool of the 86 Scourge, which I don't think that works either. I get it. I get the reason. It just doesn't gel with me. I did use that for Shattered Glass though, so I don't know. And then we get this one, and like he's nice. Like, he's not perfect. He should have had wrists. Like, I don't know how people get him to hold the pen very well. So I just kind of have him, like, mysteriously turning all the pages. The pen's back here somewhere. Yeah, there it is. There we go. I do also think it's funny that we just have a Transformers toy that comes with a pen and a book. That's kind of hilarious. But I mean, he's a really interesting toy. Like, they put some proper, like, references. This G1 Season 3. I like that it's the younger Alpha Trion, kinda. Just because, of course, if this is like the age of the primes, this is probably all of them in their prime. So of course he's gonna not be like the old man we know him. He's gonna be in his young, cool hipster days when he's like even more powerful. So he's not gonna have the whole beard, though I wouldn't doubt them making a version with the whole beard going on eventually. But he's just kind of this low because, like I said, he doesn't have wrists. Some parts of the toy is a bit weird. It sort of requires parts forming. Ew. But I overall still think this is a pretty good figure, and Alpha Trion finally getting his due. And for number 22. 22, yeah. We're already losing count. Here's a real weird one, which I gotta bring the camera right back down for. I didn't think about how this would be ordered. This is Universe Reptilion. Or Reptilion. Words. This is mainly here because of childhood nostalgia. I remember getting this toy for Christmas in like 2007. And then that's it for some reason. Like, I remember there always being parts of him where I kept my toys and everything, but I have no memories of like playing with the entire toy. I just always remember seeing like his legs or like one of his fins just in my buckets. But I went on vacation this year and I've always wanted to grab one, but it's not something that I'm like always particularly trying to get, you know. I think we all have one or two of those. But I saw him in a shop and I got him and I love him. Like, he's so weird of a toy and I really appreciate it for that. He has this, his tail is not a weapon. It's this stupidly long ponytail. He has like a whole kilt situation going on here with his frills. His face looks like this. He's such a weird toy. And I love him for that. He is like, we're never gonna get something that looks like this ever again in Transformers. Like this was it. Like, this is a bygone era that we'll never see something this insane. Like, this guy's diabolical. He's more evil than like anything we're ever gonna see on shelves again. Just that grid alone. But even then, just like the nice paint, like all that beautiful like spray he has just going on throughout the various colors. I don't own a whole lot of like those really out there interesting universe redecos, so like I am kind of glad I have this one just to kind of represent that era, even if he's just trying not to stand. Come on, you stand better than that. That's why he's always kind of hunched. Honestly, maybe he should always just kind of be we'll make him scheme. He's just always scheming. He's I love this little freak. He's just he's so funny. Alright, and for number 21, we have Dark the Moon Deluxe Barricade. I have a weird relationship with the Dark the Moon toy line. As a kid, I really didn't like it. I don't know if I was just like a 2007 Revenge of the Fallen purist as like it's like an 11-year-old or what, but it's just, I wasn't really a fan of it. And I actually remember having Barricade as a kid, and I didn't totally like him. But then I ended up kind of wanting one again this year, and I finally found one sealed for a decent price. And like, he is unironically kind of great. He's not perfect, but he's not like bad. I'd honestly say this is a lot better than the Studio Series version. Maybe that's it. Like this, and like the more I think about it, the more like this is probably Barricade's like best deluxe that we're ever gonna see. Because like the 07 one is great, but it is definitely not age the best. The Studio Series one has a whole plethora of its own little issues. And like that's it. That's really all he's got. I mean, he has Human Alliance, which I would love to try that toy one day. And the Masterpiece, which the MPM is really good, and I can highly recommend that. But it's like he's just, the face sculpt is great. He has like these doors that you can adjust and move to your liking. This is just the way I like to have them. Like I like to have everything kind of bent. I think it looks more dynamic. Or even his arms, which I had to sand them down a little bit to get this to work right, because this was a little bit too tight. But like his arms, when I sand them down, you can like do stuff like that. Like I don't know. It's just cool. Now, a major issue this toy still has to me is he looks like he's wearing a diaper. Like this piece should have been molded in black, because it just looks weird. And like his whole hip area just looks weird, because it just, you look at him from the front, he just kind of stops, like his torso and his waist, and there's just, bro doesn't have a stomach. Like it's just pecs, crotch. That's his stomach right there. That little bit is his belly button. Like it's just. He's still weird, don't get me wrong, but like he's just cool. His weapon sucks, I will still say. Like he can barely hold it. It's way too big. I get it, but like I know that's what Dark Moonline did. Yeah. But that thing's in a bag. All right, that's not on the shelf. But I don't know. He's just cool. I just really like this. And I thought, since I really do like Movie Barricade, and I talk all the time about how Generations is just failing my guy because he keeps being a smokescreen retool, I thought I'd put him on here. He was honestly, ever since I got him, he was a contender for being like on this list. I didn't think he'd get high, and you know he still isn't. He's like not even in the top 20, but he's nice, and I like him. And now we do reach the top 20, because I think that was number 20. I'm gonna lose count this entire video, guys. All right, this is 25 different things I gotta yap about. But for the next one, bit of a weirder one, I'm gonna go with RID01 Ruination, sort of. I have a buddy who we're watching RID01. We about finished it. This is as of this recording, we still have not. If he's watching, come on, man. I'm ready. But it reminded me how much I really like the original like G1 Combaticon toys, because I ended up clearing out my G1 stuff, and I'll probably do it again this year, because I always, every few years I get some G1 stuff, and then I'm like, why do I own all these? And anyway. But and also the fact that we're never gonna get a more accurate RID01 Ruination than the original toys, since their show models are 1-to-1 the original toys, and anytime we're gonna get new Combaticons, it's always gonna be toon based. Like, look at the new ones. Like, yeah, they look cool, I guess, but like, I want a new Ruination that like looks proper Ruination, and I'm never gonna get that, and I just have to live with it. But I can have this, and so this is not the American release all the way. I did the thing people did back then, where they did the regular release of Ruination, which had like gunmetal parts, and armor hide was blue for some reason. And then I bought the desert set where it had all the proper gold parts, and I kit bashed them together. And then I took the deserty armor hide. He's just gonna die. All right. Ruination, no. That is his fate in the show. So, well, not that he dies. He just gets blown up all the time. But then I took armor hide, and I took off his textured, what he had going on before, and I painted on my own camo that was like based on what the Japanese one did. And then this I had to completely repaint, because I could not get this, the original texture stuff I had off to save my life. So I had to match that about as close as I could to just kind of make my own Ruination. But I still kind of count this as a purchase, because most of it is, it's just armor hide is a bit customized, and I kit bashed Mega Octane technically. I still don't have Mega Octane's chest plate. I've never owned that part in my life. Even when I had the original Combaticons, I never had Onslaught's chest plate either. It's just, I don't know why that thing's so hard to just get. But unlike my original one, this would always fall off. Like the locking mechanism down here just didn't work. And this one doesn't do that, and I appreciate that. And for number 19, I'm just gonna go ahead and bring the camera down a smidge, and then hope that's enough. Number 19, we have Bardia Starscream. I think it's how you pronounce it. It's the pink one. It's the rare one. It's the pink rare one. I didn't really think I'd get to own this toy, and I finally got it off of Bai for a pretty decent price. And he's just, I love it. It's such a weird thing to own. It's such a weird thing to talk about. Like, the history behind this is so dumb. Like, they wanted to include this with like buying a DVD player. Why? Why was there a DVD player exclusive Transformers toy? But he's a weird color, and I like him. Honestly, I got nothing else for this. Like he has HD DVD printed like right there as like a little tattoo. The first tattoo Bayverse Starscream ever had, and it just said HD DVD. You think that means in lore that this character can play DVDs? Is that what that means? We'll never know. I think it's best not to think about it. Don't think about it. Don't look at it. Don't think about it. And for number 18, we have something fairly recent, and there's two somethings like this, and I really debated putting them on the list because they're not technically meant to be toys released this year, but like, I bought it. It was in my store. So I was capable of doing it. So that's what made me decide I'm gonna do it anyway. But this is Age of the Prime's Big Convoy. And he's a... I honestly wasn't gonna get this at first, but then I ended up seeing it in the stores and decided to, because I really want the Nemesis Prime redeco. Because I really hope they do it, and if they do it, I might even just sell this one off. We'll have to see. Which I know Grimlockamus did a custom of it recently. It looks so good. Hasbro, please give it an ounce of that much sauce. I'm begging you. But this toy is pretty good. Like, I know a lot of people were kind of dogging on it on Twitter because it was like small, but you know they're going for show scale now, so like that's just kind of a thing. You know, I think the budget makes sense. There's really no like hollow points on this that aren't needed for like transformation. And the gun itself does take up a good, like that gun is heavy. And he does have the joints to like fully support it. Like he can, and this is the configuration I just kind of like because the blast shield's a little much to me. And sometimes I even stick that in. I like the articulation it has because like, not only does it have 4 butterfly joints, but due to this transformation joint, it has a bit of a back. The only thing I don't like is the new silhouette it has from these. Because I am really attached to how the original one had those like go out, but these ones just go up. I do at least sort of like it for display options because you can rotate them down if you want that kind of look. But that's really like my only kind of issue here. Everything else is pretty nice. Like it's a pretty good update. This thing is painted very, very much. This is another one of those toys. I'm like, this is probably the most paint I've seen on a retail toy in a long time. And yeah, I just think I think he's good. I don't know if he really is full price good. That might be part of why he's this low on the list. I still think he's good though. And once Nemesis Prime comes, I hope he comes, I'll be there too. And next on the list is something. Whoop, I just knocked over someone else. Next on the list is something people are probably gonna hate me for putting on this low, but you know. What's one of these lists without controversy? It's 86 Megatron at number 17. I do like this toy though. Like he is not a bad toy. Like being this low does not mean I hate him at all. I do still really like this. They did it. They finally made a proper Megatron. It took forever for some reason, but they did it. Of course, my issues with this is probably the same issue everyone else has. The fusion cannon sucks. And he should have had the flail. I luckily have the flail from the accessory set. And if you have the hand in this really weird look right here, you can use it there. Like, I don't need it to be articulated. I think this is fine. But really, those are my only two issues. The DNA kit that's coming out looks alright. I am getting the one that's like just the cannon and the sword. Thank you, DNA, for making just the cannon. I wish it was the flail, but I know you guys gotta make money somehow, right? Yeah, toy itself, very articulated, like the good butterfly joints going on. The transformation is still very fun, if the tank mode is a little weird looking. The DNA kit, once again, fixes my issue with the tank. Thank you. That should have just been the devastation tank with like the fusion cannon, because I don't get why they want to keep putting something with like the fusion cannon should be the tank cannon. Why does every time they do it, they're like, oh, let's take this extra little bit and stick on the end. Ooh, why are you doing that? But yeah, sorry for the rant. The DNA kit fixes it anyway. And even, yeah, like the proportions of this are a little weird, but I really don't mind them. Like, he still looks very Megatron to me. All right, like he's bad. He's bad 1,000. I do think this toy is absolutely worth getting. I'm pretty sure leaks tell us there's like some other version coming out next year. Maybe it'll have the flail. Maybe it'll be even better, and then I'll have to sell this one and get that, because that's what Hasbro likes to do all the time. Anyways. And for number 16, I'm gonna bring the camera back down. We got a small fella coming in the room. It is the New Age Shatterglass Lockdown, which I think I've talked about him on the channel. I think. If not, I need to. Because he is a nice little fella, and this camera is still way too high. Because he is small. This is just how I display him on the shelf. Let me get him cleaned up a little bit. You can look at him there. I like when New Age does a really obscure guy. In like New Age Lockdown, not New Age, Shatterglass Lockdown is not the character I ever thought would get a toy. And while it isn't like some amazing design, I just kind of like the novelty that it exists. And this toy is good. Of course, it's New Age. It's gonna be good. But I do really like him. I want to do a custom based on this at some point. Probably like the gray Trailbreaker, which I know wasn't the exact colors, but like it's close enough. But I do really like this toy. Like, I think it's pretty fun. He has a good bit of accessories. He doesn't do the same hand thing that New Age Blaster does, which is a bit of a shame, but I do still think he is pretty darn swell. At least I don't think he does the hand thing. It's been so long since I've seen his alternate hands, I really don't remember. But toy pretty good. It's New Age, of course it's good. Honestly. Like, has New Age made a dud? I mean, I guess especially recently, like, the only thing I remember is, like, that toy guy said his Magnus chipped? Or his Magnus was, like, really bad at chipping? I don't know. Anyways, for number 15, we have a very special little fella. We have Robot Masters Wrecker Hook, which is probably... I can't even say he's the most random pull. Like, we just talked about Pink Starscream, like, a few guys ago, so... He's definitely not the most random. He is probably the coolest looking paint job though. This is another one that, like, I really wanted one for a while just because he looks insane. Like, they made the friendliest guy ever look like an absolute monster, and I'm so here for it. And look, he comes with a flail. 86 Megatron, get on this. Why is he beating you in the flail? And, like, I've never actually experienced the tow line mold either. I nearly bought this as Hoist this year, too, because I saw the Machine Wars one sealed for, like, $10 somewhere. But I was just like, do I need it? Need it? And, like, it's fun, too, because it's one of those that just transforms in, like, a single step. Like, let me just get him, and I'll just show you. He just goes, and then he's good. You don't even have to take the weapon out of his hand, because, like, him having a wrecking ball back there is pretty cool. Like, he's done. He's good. And just, again, like, the paint here is just insane. This is one of those Robot Masters guys I really wanted. Yeah, I think the last one is one I'll never have, which is Reverse Convoy. Like, it's just because I think he's really cool. And I hope that Hasbro makes a proper G2 Megatron, and then that's one of the repaints, because it should be. But yeah, Wrecker Hook, he's great. Why haven't we seen him? Why do we have Jalopy but no Wrecker Hook? Like, come on, you have the head, and you did that with the car. Just do the tow truck as wrecker hook. Come on. It would look so good. People have done customs. It looks great. Just do it. Just do it. Yeah, number 14 is going to be another controversial take, because I've seen some people say this toy absolutely sucks, and I've seen some people say this toy is absolutely golden, and like, this is probably one of the more like divisive toys of the year, just because of that. But it is Age of the Primes, Solus Prime, and I gotta raise this camera up just a little bit. But yeah, this was like one of my most anticipated releases for Wave 1, because I really liked the design. I liked how interesting it looked. And I did that short where I can't figure out the audio for shorts. I don't know. Every time I do a short, I think I've done like 2. And I did one where I used the app to do a YouTube short. I did one where I used my normal editing software and kind of did it that way. Both times, the audio was fine. And then whenever I uploaded, the audio sounds terrible. I don't know. I don't know what is up with YouTube Shorts and audio for me. It just, it's fate. I want to do YouTube Shorts so bad, but it just, every time I try, it just doesn't work out. But this toy is good. I know people hate on it, and like, I do kind of get it. She is a little fiddly. She is a little weird. But I really like her. I think her alt mode is really interesting, because it's just, like, it's a truck, but it's a weird looking truck. And I think it makes sense that the Primes are not going to have the most conventional alt modes. That's why Alchemist is so boring to me, because what's his alt mode? It's just kind of a SUV. It doesn't even look alien, really, other than just like a little bit more extra like rivets and stuff than an Earth SUV would have. But his alt mode's so boring. But this one's so interesting, and I like how like the shoulder pads become part of it. I like how the only little kibble on her back is just that, and that doesn't even seem bad. It looks like just part of a little cape. Like it kind of flows up with this. And even this doesn't get in the way as much as I thought it would. And like her paint is also really interesting. Like I really like how it has like the gold here, and then I get little highlights of yellow. Like it just adds an extra layer of dimension wherever they use it. But I do like this toy a lot. I know some people don't, but that's those people, and I'm me. And I say, Solus is worth the 14th slot. And for number 13, we have maybe a controversial take? I don't know, we'll see. Studio Series, Age of Extinction, Optimus Prime. I feel like one of those people that's just weirdly a big fan of this design. Not like some people are, but I mean, it goes against what normally I would like in a Transformers design. You can't tell how it transforms just by looking at it. You can barely even tell there's vehicle kibble on like the movie design, but like it still looks so cool, man. I don't know. I still vibe with it heavy. And like this toy does such a good job of that for that design. Like I thought the Voyager from Age of Extinction, the Voyager from The Last Night was still pretty good. Not perfect, but I did like how it spread out the truck kibble and like kind of made it pretend to work. And like that was a big thing whenever this toy was coming out, is people were really comparing it to like the better painted versions of that toy. Because I had one. I had the SDCC version, and I bought it. I remember buying it like the next day the listing for this thing leaks. And I was like, well, all right. But this did win out overall. The engineering on this is just insanity. I know, like, yeah, you can see the truck smokestacks on the legs, and like I don't care, man. I really don't. Just I don't. All right, like I did a little. I don't anymore, because the transformation's so insane that I'm like, where else were they gonna put that? I think the only thing that would have been nice is if like the tops of them could have folded away somehow, or like folded in, and then you could just kind of pretend this is like mechanical whatever. But I don't care. He does look so cool. And even the gray, I know people have complained about the gray and they're like, oh, it should have been silver. And like I get it, but like there's so much flame. Like look at the truck mode bits, all right? Look at all that flame. It's sculpted in blue, but then all the red is the flame stuff. Like I think I think the paint, this guy's still got a good bit of paint going on. Not to mention his sword is like completely painted, the arm blade one. I do kind of wish that they painted at least like this sword silver, but it's not a big deal. Or even like some of the head, but I mean, I guess if they painted the head silver, it would have made no sense here. Because it makes sense going down to paint these parts silver, because this is sculpted in blue. But I don't know. I just think this looks really nice still. In the Nemesis Prime version, I do own that. Should have grabbed it for a little comparison for funsies, but I do own it, and I do like the darker color. I might even try to make the sword like the Japanese version with the purple, like that metallic-y purpley pink on the blade. Because I mean, it's not canon, right? Whatever. But I do own that one just because I got it at Target during that 40% off sale, which, funnily enough, was the same week I got Big Convoy, and I bought Big Convoy 2 days before that sale at a Walmart, and then I found him at Target next to Nemesis Prime. The feelings I had standing in that Target toy section right then, that I could have spent so much less money. If I did, he would have probably been in the top 10. Or at least closer than he was. But this toy, I love him. He's pretty good. And honestly, I can recommend either version of the mold, whichever one tickles your fancy more. Because there is an appeal to that darker plastic. It does look very nice, like that gunmetal color it has. And plus, even the shotgun, I think it's nice having him with the shotgun. Though, I didn't realize that is that the actual gun? I remember back in the day that an Age of Extinction Hound's gun, and like they repainted it looked like an Optimus gun. Was that the actual model? Because I thought the actual model from the movie was different. I didn't think it was Age of Extinction Hound's gun, just straight up. And I don't know. Maybe I'm delusional. Maybe I'm losing it. Maybe I just don't know what I'm talking about. Anyways, for number 12, we have another one that I had to really consider. Because it's supposed to come out next year, but it didn't. But once again, Amazon gave it to me. It's in my house. It's in my hand right now. Before I put it down in front of you and tell you what it is, it's Age of Prime's Quick Strike. Now with this one, we gotta have a real conversation here for a second. $30 deluxes, pretty much, like with tax. Ew. Disgusting. Bad. Stinky. Voyagers at $43. No. We're not doing that. Not in this until they make a new version of Shattered Glass Starscream from the Cybertron one. No. I'm waiting for sales for them guys. But Quick Strike was the one I had a feeling was like gonna be worth it. And he definitely is. This toy is like, I can't find a flaw in this thing. This is actual perfection. I don't think Age of the Prime, like if it wasn't for the price hike, this would be easily top 10. This would probably be like, this would arguably replace number 6. I can say that this might replace him, and like we'll get there and you'll be like, what the heck is wrong with me? But it's just the articulation of this thing, this snake tail, how expressive it is, the paint on show, all this gray up here. You see all that? Beautiful. Actually, I don't think that's paint, but that is the blue is. I like the mix of it on the torso. They get this, and like the nice gold paint they use doesn't one-to-one match this plastic, but it's used in ways that you don't really notice or think about it. Like, it's not like they're competing for space on the same piece. It's like, this will be a teal piece, they painted gold, but then the yellowy pieces just have the teal paint. But it all just works. Like I said, his articulation, insane. Paint, insane. Like, this is probably the only B-Store's Revival toy that is this expressive, but it's, of course it is partially just due to the design. It's gonna be expressive, and I know some people have been like, well, yeah, the original one was a $5 basic in 1997, but like, I like him. He's really good. This is the only one of the wave that's a deluxe that I'm like, yeah, go pay $30 for that. That's kind of worth it. But he's it. There isn't an exception in this wave. I want Quintus so bad, but I'm waiting on a sale. And for number 11, we have KSI Widow. She was very close to making top 10 because I do really like this toy, but there's just some bangers this year, man. This has been a year of a lot of bangers. Like we're getting close to the top 10, and like a lot of them are toys that released this year. Like this has been a pretty good year overall for Transformers toys. This has been a good year for Transformers toys, except for the price hike, the toys themselves. But it's such an interesting toy. I like that they're doing stuff like this in Studio Series. They need to do more, in my opinion. Like, Studio Series is kind of just whack nowadays to me. Like, a lot of 86 stuff that's, like, taken over. The balancing of the line is terrible. Like, we'll get entire years, it was, like, a whole bunch of G1 and then just nothing else. Or Gamer Edition. Let's look at what Gamer Edition's gotten done this year. Exactly. We got, like, Devastation Prime. We're getting some repaints. Whatever. Next year, it's just like the Devastation Bumblebee. I'm pretty sure there aren't even any more repaints to do. Like, this just... this line started. It has a couple toys, and it's just gone this year. Why? And then we're expanding to Comic Edition, apparently? Why? Why are you doing that? It's just annoying to this point. Like, what is Generations... Like, what is in Studio Series? What's in Age of the Primes? Does it even matter? It's just, like, I don't know. Studio Series used to have such a focus, and I really liked the line for it, but now it's just kind of everywhere. I think this year was a decent balance, but, like, next year is going to be very not, just thanks to yet another G1 anniversary. And then, God knows what's going to happen after that. But yeah, this toy itself is great. I love how it brings back the Viacon transformation. I do like the general look. Orange is my favorite color, so she wins alone. I like her arm blasters. She's just nice. Like, mine had some loose joints, but, you know, it's fixable. And I really like how I love this door system it's got going on. I also love seeing people turn this into Knockout, because this works so well as Knockout. Can someone just pull a Javelin on us, yeah? Just redesign this toy with this transformation and just make it Knockout. It would be so nice. So much nicer than the one that we have. Because the one we have in Legacy sucks so much. And with that, we have made it to the top 10 of 2025, in my opinion. Well, not in my opinion in terms of who made it, but not the fact that we're here. We talked about 15 toys. We got 10 to go. And number 10 is Age of the Primes Skybite. God, this thing is cool. Like, you know, I've had like 30 Skybite for a while. He's definitely a toy that happened. But this one just, he just goes hard. And, like, he's very well articulated. He's just the amount of paint. I don't know. You're gonna hear a lot of just the same stuff, because, like, all the top 10 is just beautiful toys. Like, I really I like how expressive the shark is too. Like, it still isn't like, you know, you can't pose it like an actual shark outright, but, like, it's got more going for it than probably any other Skybite shark mode. And just that head, look at that fin. It's so long, it's so tall, you don't even fit in the frame. Like, look at that. You could stab someone with that. You could just you know. Not that Skybite ever would. He is an absolute gentleman and a sweetheart. He would never do that to somebody. And for number 9, we have the man, the myth, the legend, Megatronus. This was the toy I think most people were very excited for with Age of the Primes Wave 1. And yes, I know, PSA for if you don't keep the flames on him. It's made of that stuff that melts the plastic. I just put it on him for this because he looks so cool with them on, and I'm so mad I can't keep them on him forever. Has anyone fixed that? Has anyone made ones that we can keep on him, by the way? Please put in the comments. I really want some. Like, this is too... what I do for my collection is I just put, like, the big fire pieces at his feet to kind of get the idea that he's just walking fire. But I want to do this all the time. But he's great. He has a lot of weapons The Requiem Blaster looks cool. The paints he's got going on, like all the yellow coming through, like sort of the fire. I have a Toy Hacks kit for him too, and I haven't applied it yet. I'm looking forward to it. I just haven't had time. But he's just such a nice toy. The transformation's very unique for for a tank transformer, in my opinion. While still doing a lot of the stuff it normally would, like the arms are still the top. The arms are still the turret. The backpack still becomes like part of the front. And it still does a lot of the same like generic parts where they end up, but just the way it does it is just really cool to me. And yeah, he's big too. He feels massive. He's great. All right. I don't even know if you can still get him right now, but I hope you can. I'm also still really curious what they're gonna repaint any of the primes into. And anyways, for number 8, we got to come back down here. We got a little fella to talk about. Number 8, we have a return of my favorite little company, New Age, with Shatterglass Shockwave. Finally, after several years, New Age. He's cool. Once again, it's a New Age toy. What can you say? Great paint, great articulation, great. Just great, all right? He's great. But I really love Shatterglass Shockwave, and I never really get the chance to talk about it because he doesn't get to have anything. Like, I really like Soundwave and Optimus as Shatterglass designs, but I love Shockwaves, and I'm so glad this year he's finally getting some toys. Even if not from Hasbro, even though Hasbro really could, he's still getting something, and I appreciate him for that. I think this was the first one, his first like transforming toy proper. I think this came out before the Dr. Wu one. I'm pretty sure, but it's nice to have him. I really don't know what else to say about him. Like I did a video, you know, my thoughts are more so there, but he's great. I do wonder if New Age will do a red one though. That'd be kind of fun. I think I might still get that. Like if they do a red one, like the animated. Anyways, bring the camera back up just a smidgen. Come on, camera, work with me. Thank you. For number 7, which is probably also going to be a controversial take, we'll see. So I put him above some absolute like Mad Lad Transformers toys, and like someone's probably going to hate me for it. But here is Age of the Primes Prima in the pose I display him in on my shelf. I know he's kind of boring, and even I've like painted mine up a little bit. I can't remember if I've shown off that I've painted mine up a little bit. I wanted to do a custom corral with some of the primes, but I really haven't done that much paint-wise to the other primes to do one. Like, it's just him. Like, I did Solus and, like, that little video, but, like, other than those two, I really haven't done much to, like, the primes to at least talk about a custom corral. And when there's not enough for a custom corral, you know. But, like, he's still a really cool toy. Even I understand kind of the more bare-bones paint is because he's meant to kind of look like perfection in a way. He's the very first Prime. He's the closest being to their god Primus himself. So he's literally like the warrior of light. He's gonna look, he's gonna look kind of basic. He's the first guy. He is literally the guy. He is the very first guy on Cybertron. So like, his whole design makes sense to me in my mind. And even whenever I did paint him up, I didn't do anything crazy. I just kind of highlighted the stuff it already was doing. Like I put some extra hints of blue here and there. I painted in some of the vents. I added some dimension to the waist, to there. The only part I really went crazy on is the Matrix Chamber, because I've discovered how much I love painting Matrix Chambers this year. And let me see if I can get on your knees, Prima, without getting the sword stuck in your leg, Prima. But even the Matrix Chamber, that's really all I overly painted. But just the toy itself, it's extremely well balanced. This is probably the best balanced toy of 2025 to me. Like I said, he has the Matrix. I don't know why I thought a lot of the primes would just come with a Matrix. I'm kind of glad they don't. You know, his weapon, even just this basic Star Saber to me is really nice, and you can plug on the Matrix if you want. I use the other one just because I have that one. But he's a really solid toy. Very well articulated. His transformation's fun. His alt mode is weird and cool, and I like it for that because it's not Alchemist Prime's stupid SUV. But yeah, like, he's just so much fun to pose with that sword, man. And I've seen people, like, do this guy up. I've seen people paint the heck out of this thing, and it looks fantastic. It's not to my taste of what I want for mine to be, but it does look fantastic. But yeah, Prima, very much worth getting. I still am looking forward to seeing what the heck they repaint the Primes into, though. And for number 6, we have another toy that I really debated putting here, but ultimately, once again, this is just kind of, it's just my opinion on the toys, even though what happened with this one was very unfortunate. Earthspark Deluxe Soundwave. Yes, I am one of the 7 people on the planet that got one. After going to like 10 or 11 Targets while on vacation in multiple different towns, I ended up getting one when I came home and like did a little day trip like the next day. So that was fun. But just, he is good. He's great. This is, it really hurts me that like this toy is so hard to get because it is a fantastic toy. I'd love to repaint this thing, but I don't want to repaint something this rare. Also, I never found a second one, so even if I wanted to, I couldn't do it anyway. Like, I saw someone paint it into a Sound Blaster, which looks good, but my only thought was like, oh my god, that thing's so hard to get. Why would you do it? Mad lad, though. Mad respect. Oh, the gun he's holding is from Earthspark Shockwave. He doesn't make sense with the gun, so I thought Soundwave makes sense with the gun, and he does. But like, we rarely ever get Stealth Bomber toys. Soundwave rarely ever gets like good toys to begin with. Like, Reactivate's okay. A lot of his Generations ones are kind of just mid. But like, this one's great. Of course, 86 Soundwave's coming out, and it looks pretty alright. I'm trying to get one right now. Had no luck. Everyone else has been like, oh, I found it at my Walmart. Oh, I found it at my Target. No, not me. The joys of not having a Target in your town. I can't just go check it every single day. But he is a fantastic toy from a toy line that just got so burnt by Hasbro. The toy line, the cartoon, everything just... Earthspark's just a tragic tale nowadays, you know? It's a real shame. But if one good thing came out of it, other than just season 1 of the show was pretty great, it's this toy. And it just sucks you can't get it. I hope there's some way eventually. I know they're re-releasing some of the Cyberverse Deluxes, like the Optimus and Bumblebee and this new line they're doing. So like, maybe they'll release a Soundwave in there somewhere. Maybe since we're supposed to be getting that Cosmos, there'll be another case. But we haven't heard anything about that at all, so who knows. And it's sort of unfortunate. This is the bookend on Earthspark as a whole. And now we are in the top 5, which I need to bring the camera up a good little bit to get this guy in there. Because we got a big fella. We got a big fella, and it is MPG Gaijin Rai. And I still did not get the camera high enough for him. Let's do this again. There we go. I'm a really big fan of Power Master Optimus Prime, and whenever this was shown, I really wanted it, but it was just really expensive, and I never bothered getting it because of that. But then this year, I was actually able to afford one, and after getting it, it's pretty good. I like it. Mine did come with a broken smokestack, so that kind of sucked, you know. But I think that's a common issue on this. When I was doing some research, I found a lot of people had that same problem. It doesn't affect anything. It's just a bit of a bummer for something that's over $200, but he's great. This is honestly a pretty good one just for like Chug to me. Of course, I would love a Chug one. That's my bread and butter. But if we don't get one anytime soon, I still really like this guy. I think the base Prime is great. I don't know how it's worth $160 alone to Takara, but it's pretty great. The trailer works spectacularly. The joints on this thing are great. It even has an ab crunch. What? Huh? I love all the options it has too, with like how you want to display it with the different heads and whatnot. I went with this because again, this is more Power Master Prime to Super Gaijin Rai to me, or Gaijin Rai to me. And yeah, very much love having this fella in my house, even though I don't mess with it as much as I would like to. But he's still good. And now to bring the camera way back down. For number 4, we have Fusion Cluster Optimus Prime. This has been a grail of mine for years, and I was finally able to get one. I wouldn't even open this if it was displayed in meteor form, because that's what they did the paint job for, which is ironic because I displayed it in robo mode too. But he's just, this is so cool. I like it. I don't really, he can still pose pretty well. Like I have messed with him a couple of times and nothing's really happened. Nothing looks like it's cracking. Unlike my Starscream, which right out of the box, I got this brand new by the way, and Starscream, but right out of the box, Starscream's heel just like fell off. But it still stays on. Like it was like a bit of the heel popped off, but the rest of it stays. But as in terms of this release itself, I really like it. I love this mold. It's one of my favorite molds in Transformers, and I love finally having every version of it aside from Lucky Draw, because I'm never gonna own that. But just the mold itself, great. Any version, just go for it. And for number 3, we have one more return from New Age with Blaster, which, alright, as of this recording, I have like one video I haven't uploaded yet that's like a review, and I think it's of Blaster. So we're gonna see which one comes out first. Unless it's of someone else and I've just forgotten, which also could very well be the case. Honestly, don't remember. That's how bad this is, you know. But Blaster himself is fantastic. I really like Shatterglass Blaster. I like Blaster in general, so of course when it's Shatterglass, like 10 out of 10, no notes. But his cassettes are pretty great. I love this hand system a lot, where instead of it being like articulated fingers or anything like that, it's a peg on a joint where you can move the hand, and then that's the expressive hand, because this is way more expressive to me. Like he can like, you know, look like he's about to open up his tape deck. He can give himself a little like, I can't believe my guy just did that. He can wave. He can wave at you, or he can be like, whoa, 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 man, whoa, it's just a joke. Like he can just do so much more instead of it just being like opening fingers and having to fiddle with it so much, or just if it's just a static hand that just rotates on a peg and that's it, because then you have to like really try to get him to do so many things. But like with this system, it just works, and that's why I also display him with a hand on his hip, because that would also not be possible without the fact that this thing has that little hinge. But even just the engineering of the toy itself is pretty fun. I think the transformation is pretty neat. The little guys are fun. It's just a top tier little fella. I like him, and he pairs well with their Shatterglass Soundwave. And just like when Kingdom came out, it makes me kind of wish New Age would do a second version of Soundwave. Or just like, I don't think it needs an entirely new toy. I think it just needs like a few tweaks here and there. The arms need to not be on sliders. A few extra like modernized New Age stuff, you know? They do a lot of different things now than they did several years ago. For number 2, we have another absolute grail of mine, Cloud Rodimus. Oh, I love owning this thing. I'm a big fan of Hot Rod and Rodimus Prime, and I really wanted this. And I got it from a commission. I did a commission for someone, and my payment was this, and that is absolutely worth it. And just, yeah, he's great. I don't know. The Thrilling 30 Springer is already a great toy, and this deco is pretty great for Rodimus. And it works surprisingly well. Like Springer's design, just given like Hot Rod colors. It works. It works better than it should. Honestly, I don't know what else to say about that. It's a pretty old toy. Everyone kind of gets the point. It's just the deco is outstanding. And then finally, for number 1, my personal pick for the best toy of 2025, Age of the Primes Star Convoy. We're going to see if I can even get him into frame. Barely. Just barely. I pop him out too. I put a Hot Rod in his leg. This does have a little paint thing or two. I did paint the head crests and the eyes, because the eyes were just kind of dead, and that was probably my only real issue with this toy. At least Star Convoy himself, is the eyes being quote unquote light piping. It just didn't work. So I took it apart because it's pretty easy to do, and spray painted them sky blue. Here we go. and I spray painted the fin silver, which I think just looks a lot nicer. But Star Convoy himself is a phenomenal toy. I'm a big Star Convoy fan, if you did not know from any other time I've talked about it, which I don't know how often that is. But this toy is the toy of my dreams, pretty much. I think the price of it too, like a lot of people complain that it's hollow, but like, it's just weird to me because it's like every complaint I've heard about this toy is just because if it is what it is. They're like, oh, the legs are hollow. Yeah, it's there's a base mode in there. It's got to do that. Oh, the chest is hollow. Yeah, there's a base mode, and that's where the wheels store. But it's just the sheer look of this thing is great. The size is probably the perfect size where it's not too, where it's big, but it's not too big. Like, I'm more likely to play with this than I am like Titan class, Fort Max, Metroplex, Trypticon, even Omega Supreme, and I love Omega Supreme. But like, this is like the perfect size where I can still pick it up off the shelf and play with it, and it won't be like an issue. Also, the joints on this thing, like, listen to that. Butter, smooth as butter, clickety as using an actual ratcheting tool. And then he has Hot Rod, who kind of sucks to me. I think the issue with him, I guess the only other issue is I don't like the gold, the yellowish kind of gold they used on this, which is still on Star Convoy. It's like the color on these knees, because I wish there was just a proper yellow. You can just kind of see the difference there. It just don't look good to me. It's my only other complaint. But I fixed it on Hot Rod where I painted the spoiler yellow and then get them all. If I could transform it. I'm holding it up and transforming. This is an adventure. There we go. And then Hot Rod, I like him, but I wish he was Micromaster sized, because if he was Micromaster sized, all the issues I have with him would make sense. His neck can't rotate. He's kind of just a pain to pose overall with how his legs are very simple. But he's also core sized. If he was Micromaster sized, I wouldn't have any of these issues. I get they probably just had the extra budget to blow it up to a core, and they did. But I don't know. I think I'd rather just be a little fella. But Star Convoy himself, perfection. He's gone on sale tons of times, more than a lot of other Titans for some reason. There was a point where you can get this guy at Target for like 80 bucks. Cheaper than a Commander. Like, there's no reason to not own this for how many times it's gone on sale. Even at full price, 100% worth it. No regrets. And if Titan class is going to start doing stuff like this, if this is where we're going, I'm here. I'm there. But yeah, it's been a great year for Transformers toys themselves. Just the toys themselves. Don't think about the price increases. Don't think about it. But the toys themselves have been overall pretty great this year. I do hope we still keep that momentum up next year with Age of the Primes and with Studio Series. Whatever both of these lines are going to do, I hope it's still good. I would also say I hope prices go back down, but that's probably not going to happen. But yeah, I know the channel has had once again had a lot of like dead zones where I just haven't been around for a little while. I always try to say I am very active on Twitter. If you have Twitter, like I'm around there. You can comment on stuff, ask me questions. I'm around. But I do still appreciate the people that are still coming and looking every now and again when I randomly post something on a Monday morning or sometimes Sunday night. And yeah, appreciate you guys still sticking around. And we'll still be doing the top 10 customs. I don't know if that's coming out before or after this video. I'm filming this one first. I don't know when the other one's happening, but appreciate you guys sticking around. And hopefully we'll be back here doing this again in 2026 with only 10 toys. We ain't doing 26. This is a very long video. But yeah, anyways, that is pretty much all I have to say. So please be sure to check out my channel for more video and custom reviews. And please don't forget to subscribe. You can also come check out my Facebook and Twitter pages, links in the description below. And this is the 14th Prime, signing out.